What's up, YouTube? Welcome back to another video on high altitude investing. In today's video, I'm going to be going into a few reasons why token sales are so hot right now. As you guys know, I've been talking about a few different token sales on my channel. And although I rarely invest in ICOs, when I see a good opportunity, I take it. So that's what today's video is going to be about. Before we get into why token sales are so hot right now, and why there's a few token sales that I'm closely watching, make sure that you're a subscriber to my channel and share this video with your friends if you're getting value out of these videos. I really appreciate everybody that subscribes to my channel, everybody that likes these videos, everybody that comments, and everybody that joins in the Discord. So make sure that you guys go ahead and do that before we get started, and let's get straight into why token sales are so hot right now. So as you guys know, Ethereum was the first biggest ICO ever. Ethereum really changed people's lives. I mean, it made millionaires everywhere. It actually made more than just millionaires. There was the Ethereum Foundation as a whole at the top of the market was valued at over $100 billion. And so there's a lot of money inside of these ICOs and these projects. And what's actually interesting about Ethereum is it came at a very specific point in the market cycle. So here I have Bitcoin versus the dollar. And this is the market cycle, the first market cycle that I was aware of as far as Bitcoin goes. This is when I first got into cryptocurrency, when Bitcoin was valued under $200. And this right here was the first market cycle. You have the first sell-off, you have the parabolic run-up, you have the ABC correction, you have the depression, the reaccumulation, and this is when the new cycle starts. And that new cycle started in 2016. 2015 was kind of that area of consolidation. And if we look at Ethereum today, we can actually see a very, very similar kind of pattern that played out with Ethereum. You have the first sell-off pattern right here. You have the parabolic run up. You have the ABC correction. You get about a year of accumulation. And then you get that beginning of the new market cycle. So this right here is identical to what Bitcoin did back in 2016, which is one of the reasons why I'm super excited about the Ethereum project as a whole. But what's actually interesting here is we're starting to get ICOs, we're starting to get token sales coming inside of the market. And the opportunity is really, really big right now. Could you imagine if you would have invested in Ethereum when it first came out, right here? Because right here in the cycle, when Bitcoin started its new cycle, is when these token sales started. This is when Ethereum first came out. These ICOs, you were able to go ahead and trade, and it got added to Poloniex. So these token sales kind of come in at early on in the cycle when nobody is aware of what's going on except for smart money. So these token sales are really, really hot right now among smart money. So if you consider yourself smart money, which, everybody that follows my channel has a huge, huge head start compared to most people when it comes to dumb money and smart money, then you should really be paying attention to ICOs and token sales right now. But with that being said, you want to make sure that you pick projects that are going to give you really, really good returns on these ICOs. So I'll get into a project here in a minute because you're probably wondering, well, what project can I personally pick? So I do have one to share with you guys today. But before we get into that, I want to go into a little bit more detail why this is such an important part of the cycle. So Bitcoin is basically the mothership. It is the leader of the market. As you guys know, Bitcoin in and of itself has started another massive market cycle similar to that previous cycle. We've already broken out of this resistance here at around 12,000, and we're pushing up towards 13, 14,000 per coin. And the previous all-time high was 20,000 per coin. So if you take a second to step back and imagine what it's going to look like when Bitcoin breaks that $20,000 level, Well, look at Ethereum, Ethereum looks exactly like how Bitcoin did when I first got into it. So the opportunity that I'm pointing out, the reason the ICOs are such a big deal right now is you can imagine Bitcoin being the mothership of the Ethereum ICO craze. Well, now Ethereum is being the mothership of the next ICO craze. So it's actually doing the same, it's playing the same role that Bitcoin did back in 2015 and 2016. Now Ethereum is taking that role. So that's why it's such an important time in this cycle to be looking at these ICOs, to be interested in these token cells, because there's a lot of opportunity and you can buy these coins ridiculously cheap. And some of these coins are going to do 20,000%, 40,000%. I know it sounds crazy right now, but you guys already know about BDAO, and I had people that made $20,000 off BDAO and more. And it's really, really interesting to see as these token cells are flipping early on in these cycles. And then actually what comes afterwards is completely insane, you guys. You get these token cells, and then you also get these huge parabolic runs up afterwards. Generally speaking, what I've noticed after, and we'll get into this just for a little bit. Generally speaking, what I've noticed, if there's a token cell, there's kind of an initial run up as it gets released onto exchanges. And then you get the first kind of correction. It kind of comes back down and tests that. And then it goes up for its real cycle and it goes parabolic. And that's when these tokens can do 30, 40,000%. So yeah, you can sell some of your token cell off at the beginning, but you can also leave some of it in for this whole cycle to play out. And then you can make, 40,000%, 20,000% off of these projects in a very, very short period of time. So that's something I wanted to make you guys aware of, is that you guys can easily make massive percentage gains on these token cells. I personally am very picky about what ones I do, what ones I invest my money in. But if I'm talking about it on my channel, then you guys should definitely be checking it out and looking into it, doing your own research, and then, proceeding from there. But the token that I'm personally, this is my next sell. As you guys know, BDAO was the one previous to this. Apollo FinTech has GSX, which is a gold secured currency. I've talked about this in a couple videos on my channel, this one right here and this one right here. But you guys, I am really excited about this project. If we make anything like we made on BDAO, it's going to be completely ridiculous. It's really easy to get your funds inside of this project. You can use Visa, you can use MasterCard, bank transfers, and over 20 different cryptocurrencies. They are set out to be listed on the Binance. Now, it is an application in process, but if it gets added to Binance, you guys, it could easily do like some of these ICOs do. And, with Ethereum being the mothership leading all of these ICOs into the next cycle, you can really take a second to step back and imagine, if Ethereum does follow exactly what Bitcoin did, which I fully expect it to see a similar cycle as Bitcoin, it should break out, start trending up, go parabolic, go ridiculous. Ethereum could be valued at 20,000 per coin in this cycle. Now, if it plays the same role that Bitcoin played, driving these markets, driving these altcoins in 2016, if Ethereum drives the next kind of altcoin run this time around through 2021, 2022, and proceeding forward, then we can imagine that projects like GSX and these ICOs that are really early on right now are going to see ridiculous percentage gains. You're going to see a lot of money come into these projects. And this is really where smart money is putting their money right now. And I know this because I talk with smart money. I'm personally smart money myself, but I also know people that have way bigger accounts than I ever had. And these people have millions and millions. I've met people that have 3,600 Bitcoin and people that have just ridiculous amounts of money. And so I talk with people on a regular basis that have inside information. I actually talk with these people as well at Apollo FinTech. I talk with the developers of these projects because if I'm going to put my name behind it, on my channel and tell it to over 30,000 people on the internet. I want to make sure I have my research in place so that everybody can maximize their profits and stay profitable inside of these markets. So with Ethereum getting ready to break out and go crazy, and Bitcoin getting ready to break out and go crazy in its next cycle, you guys, the altcoins, the sky is the limit for the altcoins in this cycle. It really is true. And if you get in on the ICO phase of some of these altcoins, your percentage gain is going to be so much ridiculously bigger than if you wait to buy when it's added to an exchange. So that's kind of my message here. Links in the description for GSX. This is definitely a very exciting project. We have 1 day and 17 hours left of this 65% buying bonus. If you guys have any questions while you're getting set up, there's a live chat right here. Some of the benefits of GSX, I'll just run over these real quick for you guys. It is a stable coin backed by gold, land, and material rights and assets. So not only is it backed by actual gold, physical silver, but it's also backed by mineral rights and land and assets themselves. You get paid in dividends for holding GSX, so you actually make profit off of these mines. So just how there's physical mines making money, you are invested in these mines yourself, and you get paid in dividends for that. There's trust ownership, trust beneficiaries of these mineral rights and assets. They also get audited regularly, so they have some of the biggest auditors coming, professional auditors in this field and checking on their holdings. And then you also have coin burns. So these coins get burned off. So the value is going to naturally be driven up in the same way that how Bitcoin is scarce. This is going to be continually burned and get more scarce. And as demand increases, which by the way, there's a lot of demand for this. I know people putting $150,000 in. I know people putting $200,000 in. There's a huge demand for Apollo FinTech's GSX gold secured currency. So with the opportunity being here and the coin burn with the dividends and the trust ownership, with it being backed, it being audited, with it growing with the actual growth of these precious metals, which by the way, if you guys do not know, gold is breaking out right now. And I've been talking about on my channel for a long time how precious metals really are an excellent market to be investing in for the long term, for the big picture. You see this big circle that I have kind of drawn out right here? This huge circle is when I first started telling people to invest in gold on my channel. Since then, we've broken the previous all-time high. We've pushed up through those levels, and we're really showing what precious metals are all about and how strong the precious metal market is. So not only is GSX associated and backed by gold, but you're going to benefit off of the precious metals rising as well. And maybe you don't want to go through all the trouble of investing in physical gold. Well, this is a great alternative for that. So check GSX out. This is the ICO. This is a pre-sale that I'm personally doing right now. And I will keep you guys updated. But as I said, Ethereum is going to be driving this ICO market in the same way that Bitcoin drove the altcoin markets in the last cycle. And it's super exciting to be part of this. So I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. If you're not a subscriber, hit the subscribe button. Share this video with your friends. Let's get it out to as many people as possible. Happy Friday, everybody. Click the links in the description to check out GSX. Also, check out my Discord. Links are in the description. If you are interested in the VIP membership, shoot me an email or a Discord message. I can help you get set up with VIP. If you're trying to start your own YouTube channel, shoot me a Discord message. I've been helping people get started with their own YouTube channels. I would love to create a massive explosion in investing channels on the internet. It would be really cool to see more people doing this so that we can all help benefit each other, profit on these markets. Thank you guys so much for tuning in, and I look forward to seeing you in future updates. As always, stay profitable out there.